In this chapter, let's create a controller and say create order controller. We need to create API controller. Order controller. We can see by default route will come in the result action filter. Now using the concept of a dependency injection, what I will do, I will inject that service, this iOrder service in my controller. I will say iOrder service, order service. I will create a controller constructor. Say private read only service. And I will assign this to here. Now I will create a get method. So in my get method, public action result get all orders. Let's accept a user ID in this parameter. This is just for testing, but in the real scenario, your user ID or user information will come from your login session, encrypted key or encrypted any credentials you can use to fetch the information. I will say return order service dot get all orders, and I will pass a user ID. Now for the API, we cannot pass the action result here. So instead, what I will need to pass, I will say order info. I need to pass order info because this is returning order info. Now, actual it is returning a list of this order info. So I say, now I don't need to manipulate anything. So I will say I enumerable. I can pass like this. Remove unnecessary using. This is a good practice for code cleanup. Now let's go to the startup class. Here we have a configuration services. Here we can mention that my iOrder service is mapped to order service. So here I need to specify this is a type of my service. So here I need to specify this is type of my service. Again, this is type of. Now let's run the application. And now my path is API and order. I need to pass my user ID equal to 1. Yes, correct. Let's copy this into the Chrome URL. Yes, I can see my order ID 1, user ID 1, order 1, these are the details. Okay, so this order 11001 has a 4 orders, 4 products, and this we have order 2, we have only 1 product. So this is how REST API worked using my entity framework in ASP.NET Core. We will implement GraphQL in the same solution. We will go step by step. Now I will add one more controller. I'll say get order by ID. I have a user ID. I can pass order number. I will change my this method to get order by ID. We have 2 parameters, and here I will get only one object of order info. Now let's run and check. If we run this application, let's see what we are getting. This is a weather forecast information. I have API. I will say order by id. Okay, so the request match multiple endpoints. So what we have done, we have specified API and controller, and here we have a get all orders and get order by id. We are not specified the correct route. Okay, here we have a to get method. Okay, so it is not allowing me. It is saying the request match with the multiple endpoints, and here I have not specified which method to call. Okay, for this we have to specify the route here. So here I will specify a route, and I will say get order by id. Now if I run this, API order get order by id, and if I enter, yes, I will copy this. I will check in the Google Chrome. Correct. So now here I am getting order ID information 1001, and I am getting the detail of only order number 1. Here I am getting the multiple products. So what is the problem here? Okay. So one thing that I have created a separate APIs, separate implementation for fetching this information. In one page we have fetch all the orders, and in the other I have fetch only order by ID. So every time I have requested a new URL, and my endpoints are different. Now what happens in the GraphQL? We will combine this implementation into one, and we will create a GraphQL with a single endpoint, but we will specify a query whatever we need. Suppose endpoint is this, I will call this endpoint, and I will say I need just user ID order number in my page as per my UI provided by my organization, or as per the user requirement, or as per the UX. Okay, and when I click on the order, I should get order details, in which I will just need a order ID and product information, and for product also I just need a product name and price. So every time we cannot create a different uh, APIs. So every time we cannot create a different APIs to fetch different types of information. Okay. So for that we will create a universal one endpoint, and whatever we requested for the columns, we will get the same data in the response. Okay. So in the next chapter we will start implementing GraphQL into this project. There are more beautiful concepts I'm going to add, so please don't forget to subscribe this channel and just share with your friends about this new concept of a GraphQL.